What was your early life like?
My early life, I'm an Army brat. So I was born in San Bernardino, California. I lived there for a year. Then I moved to Texas. I stayed in Texas for about till I was like 2, 3, and then my mom got pregnant with my sister. Then we moved to North Carolina for a little bit. I stayed out there till I was like 5, but I would be always going back and forth to New Jersey because that's where all my families live at. So I ended up going to the first grade in New Jersey, and I stayed out there till I was like 17. But my dad was like, I would probably see my dad like one time out the year because he was always deployed type stuff. So it was like me, my mom, my brother, and my sister. I got an older brother and a younger sister. I got more siblings now, but at that time when I was like real young, it was just us 4. Like, so we like all of us like real tight, real tight. So that's how it was.
What's one of your most memorable moments from like moving around with the Army?
My most memorable moment, I got this weird moment. I remember my dad would have all his stuff in these big trunks, like these big, like I can't even explain, like these big tote trunks. Like, and I would be asking him so many questions, and he would be like showing me stuff like that. It was just one time he had just came back to the house random. Everybody running up to him. I remember that like it was yesterday. It was like we lived in North Carolina, in Raleigh, North Carolina at the time. That was fun.
And so you spent the majority of your younger life in Raleigh?
No, it was like more so Fayetteville. I bounced around from cities in North Carolina. I was in Fayetteville, Raleigh. I think that might be it. I'll have to tap in with my mom. She had to tell me, but I know those 2 parts for sure. I was there, and like I just remember stuff going so fast. I remember a little bit of Texas. I had these 2 friends called Max and Ruby in Texas. Shout out to Max and Ruby. Yo, those were my me and Max and Ruby was tight for real. Like it's like little stuff. I have like little small memories, like not too many big ones, like from when like I was moving around too much, like because I was so young. I really remember New Jersey for the most part. Like I remember like me playing outside, like little stuff. Like it's just one crazy memory. I got in trouble. I was on this scooter. I just wanted to play outside so bad. I was on the scooter, and like I was outside in my boxers just on the scooter, and my mom called me, snatched me up out the scooter. Got in trouble. So one time this dog had got loose. We all outside playing basketball. This dog had got loose. You ever heard of a child dog? Like it's called like, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's like a real big dog. Like it's like they sit up like real high, and it got loose. Like they had to like scoop me up, scoop my brother up. Like it was crazy. I remember that too. I got some, like the memories I do have, like they just pop up every now and again. Like I have to sometimes be like doing something to tap into that like nostalgia. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So you mentioned like getting in trouble when you were outside. As a youth, did you find yourself getting in trouble a lot?
I mean, like sort of, kind of. Like I wasn't like doing bad stuff. I would just, I just wasn't too good with rules all the time. But I wasn't doing bad things. Like I wasn't too good with like coming in the house on time. I wouldn't come in the house on time, like, or stuff like that. And it's not like, and in school I would be very interested in what I was interested, like in what I wanted to be. Like I didn't really care about history. I felt like it was fabricated. I didn't really care about science. I knew I didn't care about it. Like it had nothing for me in science. The only things I really liked was math and writing. Like I loved math and writing. So those were the only things I really kind of like excelled in. So my other grades in those like areas were kind of like not too good. So my parents would be on me about that. I would be not going to school sometimes because I learned how to record music like at the end of like my ending years of high school, like when I was like 18. So like in between then, like I would be playing basketball, but like I was into basketball heavy, but it would be like, you know what I'm saying, like I was still outside, like, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't be, yeah.
You said you weren't into rules and authority. So how do you feel about the overall education system now?
Now I feel like it's washed. To be honest, I feel like you're really better off in certain situations, either if you have the funds to send your child to like a higher school, you should either do that or you should homeschool your child if you have the time. I feel like those two options are probably like the best options nowadays because everything that's going on in public schools and stuff like that. It's like, it's not safe. It's not safe to go to a public school. You don't know what's being, it's like the things that's being taught in a public school today, like to do a lot of things that you want to do now, they don't teach you those things, you know what I mean? Like, as far as, what was the class? Like, it was like a finance, like personal finance. That's the only class that really taught you something about money or anything like that. And they really didn't even dig too deep into certain things. Like, but other than that, they're not doing anything nowadays that's really empowering kids to be certain things other than a basic worker. They're teaching you to obtain information and repeat it. They're not teaching you how to really grow as to be like, they're not going to teach you how to be a Nelson Mandela. They're not going to teach you how to be a Farrakhan. They're not going to teach you how to be those people there. You have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to teach you how to work at Walmart. They're going to show you how to work at Walmart. They're going to show you how to keep their system going for as long as they can keep it going. I forgot who was telling me. It was somebody telling me about that. Like the people who, when they're first making the government, like I think it's John Rockefeller and people like that. When they're first making the government, that's how they designed it for people that's like lower to keep doing that, to stay in this system, a basic working system. So I feel like that's washed. All that right here is washed, especially for our people. Washed.
So you mentioned that you made your first song. You started making music at the end of high school.
Yeah, I started making music at the end of high school because when I had moved from New Jersey in my junior year, and I was still playing basketball, like for the school and stuff like that. So when I moved, like I was taking 9 classes a day in New Jersey. When I got down here, I was only taking like 7 classes a day. So it was certain classes I was taking there, you know what I'm saying? And like it just kind of messed my credits up. So I was a senior now, and they said the coach told me I wouldn't be able to play till January. Like, and I felt like I wasn't with that. I'm not gonna be able to play in no scrimmages for the summertime. I can't play at all. I just gotta practice, suit up, and I can't play till January. I mean, I feel like now over time, I feel like I still should have played, and instead of me like quitting, I quit. Like, and I feel like that was wrong with me, but I did, and I ended up going through like I was already doing certain things like outside already. So like I ended up like just really tapping into it more because I wasn't playing basketball at all. Like I could like just completely stop playing, like because I would think about it and be sad, like, you know what I'm saying. So I really tapped into just outside for real. So I started going over to my homeboy's house. I would always be freestyling all the time, like just freestyling. People would put on music, we would freestyle, like just like little stuff like kicking it with the guys and stuff like that. I ended up freestyling with my homeboy in his house. We would be doing it all the time. His mom would be hearing it. She ended up buying him some studio equipment for Christmas. This is like Christmas of 2017. Christmas of 2017. So this Christmas in 2022, I'll be rapping for 5 years. So around that time, that's when we first got the equipment. I was making my first songs. Like I probably made my first song December 28th of 2017, something like that.
That was super fast.
Yeah.
And so do you feel like music came naturally to you?
Yeah. In a sense, because I was already such a big consumer to music. I was such a big consumer to music already, and then like my mom, she's so into music. My dad is a big writer. Like he writes like spoken word. He do spoken word, and then he write raps and stuff like that. But he don't like rap. You know what I'm saying? He just have a notebook and just be writing. So like, and my brother raps too. I have an older brother who raps. He raps too. His name Nazir. He the one who really got me into rapping. Like he the one who made me. He would hear me freestyling too. So he the one who showed me how to really make a song. He showed me how to write bars down. He showed me how to make he told me what a 16 was. He told me I knew what a hook was and all that, but he showed me how it goes into a song, how to make it, how to really construct everything. So I just took that, what my brother gave me, and then just was, you know what I'm saying, doing what I do.
And so when you put out your first song, how did everyone at your school react to it?
Oh, they liked it a lot. They liked it a lot. It gave me like that's what made me keep going. That's what really made me keep going, because at first I was kind of nervous. Like, I didn't know how to present it to people. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have nobody else around me that really did it all the way. Like, my brother was rapping, he raps and stuff like that, but like, my brother don't really take it that serious, like, as he should. Because he's fire. His bag is ridiculous. But it just put me in a different mindset. I don't know.
And so when did you start thinking that, okay, music can be my actual career? Was it at the moment that you put out the song, or was it some point after that?
No. It was like over time I just kept making songs. I kept making more songs, like just locking in, and more people kept gravitating to it. So it just kept putting more fire into me to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't playing basketball, and at this time now it's been a couple more months I've been doing it. Now I'm about to graduate. So now, like, I know I'm not playing basketball, school over. Like, I'm not in school no more, so what am I gonna do with my time? I'm gonna get money and I'm gonna make music. So that's all I was doing from 18 to now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all I was thinking about. Like, I don't know what else. Like, I didn't want to. I'm not no basic person. Like, no disrespect to the basic people, because basic is cool for some people. Like, it works for certain people. Like, and some people, we need basic people on the earth. Like, we need that. So I'm just not in that bracket. Like, not on some. You know what I mean? Not saying like I'm above anybody, but I don't like average. I don't like the norm. I wanna do stuff like that pushes that box open. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the basic people, I want to make the things that are not normal eventually basic. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna eventually be basic. You see these things that people do nowadays, it's gonna eventually be basic. It's like certain things, like wearing Yeezys in nowadays is basic now. It's basic. 2-3 years ago, if you had Yeezys on, you were, oh, my boy got some Yeezys on, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Stuff get basic over time. So,
you've mentioned like money a few times so far. Did you always have a business mind? Like, how did you develop a business mind when you were just in high school?
My mom and my dad. My mom and my dad. My dad is probably like the biggest hustler I know. Like, not also like as mindset wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like he gonna go get it. Like, he gonna go get it. And my mom the same way. Like, I watched my mom really grind from nothing, like really nothing. Because when her and my dad was together, he was really doing everything. You know what I'm saying? So when they got a divorce, like, I was like in the 3rd grade. So I watched my mom start from zero, like zero, like me living with my grandma, and she got 3 kids, start like looking for jobs, zero, like, you see what I'm saying, like zero. And I watched her excel like to a very high standard. So that's what gave me the drive, like to know I have to do more. Like, I have to do more, especially I have a son, so I have to do more.
So seeing your mother and father separation, and now you're older and you have a son, how do you feel about like nuclear families?
When you say nuclear families, you
like
mean
the
like
father and the mother
like
being together in the same, yeah. Because my parents divorced too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a great question right now.
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, like when people's parents divorce, we like, yo, I gotta stick with my kid's mom because, you know, my dad wasn't around, type of thing.
Yeah, I feel like that's not the case in certain situations. Like, I feel like you don't have to be with the mother of your child, but I feel like the connection and how you handle certain things mean a lot. And that's what I'm also still learning how to do. Like, I'm still learning how to do certain things, like how to be a dad and still be a parent at the same time, and still like a co-parent, like, you know what I'm saying, like work everything in a way to where it's beneficial for my son, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I try to get out the mindset of the emotion of like just of the love part of trying to be in love or whatever, like, because it's not that simple no more. Like, when it was just us, we could think about that, like, you know what I mean, and that's still a thought a lot of times, like, especially if you're really looking to be with that person. But like, when my best interest right now is like, I feel like is the better of my son. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I have to do what's right for my son. So sometimes like being in a relationship, sometimes with that person could be toxic. It could be certain things like, and it works both ways. It will definitely work both ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's situational. It's really situational. It's really situational. Me personally, I feel like y'all should be, if y'all are not in the same household, y'all should be communicating every day, especially like it should be no day you guys are not communicating. It should still be like y'all damn near, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. That's a real like subject I'm still wrapping my head around, like to really fathom, like, because I'm going through it. I'm going through it as we speak. My son is only 1.5, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still going through all the new doors, the new emotions and stuff like that, and I'm still learning, like, I'm still super young myself, like I'm only 23, so yeah, it's like a whole job itself. That's like a whole job. Being in a relationship with a female is a job, then being a father is a job, then you have your job, and then you may have another job and another job. Like it's a lot on your shoulders. This is a little sneak peek that I'm throwing in there. The name of my next project is gonna be called Weight of the World. And that's what it's like all about. Like it's all about like you having to deal with this, and you still gotta be you. Like and it feel like sometimes you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. I know everybody feel like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's gonna be a big relatable thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Earlier on, you mentioned Farrakhan. Are you a religious person?
Yes, I am very religious, but I don't believe in a religion right now. I don't have like a religion that I believe in right now, which may sound weird. Like I'm a very religious person. Like I believe in a higher power to the maximum. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have a set religion that I believe in. Of course, I was raised around Christians and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have a set religion that I believe in, because I believe, I hear so many different kind of beliefs and so many different thoughts from so many higher ups. Like I feel like how they feel in certain aspects, but I don't always agree with everything. You know what I'm saying? But like it's certain religions that I want to begin to study, that I don't want to feel like me saying I don't have the time is me procrastinating, so I don't want to say that. But I feel like I have to find the time. I have to find the time to really dig in, because I want to dig in all the way. I don't want to halfway step it. Like I don't want to be like one of those people who halfway in and not like practicing the real religion. Like because I feel like if you're doing it, you should really practice it. You know what I'm saying? You should be practicing what they're preaching. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to get into. I like the Ifa religion, and I like the Muslim religion. Yeah, you know what I mean? I like the Christianity religion too. Those are like the 3 religions that I pay attention to a lot.
Outside of listening to your own music, what artists is Rahzi listening to?
If I'm not listening to me, I'm listening to a bunch of people, to be honest. Lately I've been listening to a lot of Lil Baby lately. I've always been a Lil Baby fan, but like Lil Baby been going crazy lately. I've been listening to a lot of Lil Baby. I've been listening to a lot of Uzi, of course. I listen to a lot of Chief Keef. I listen to Playboy Cardi new artist Ken Carson. I be listening to Ken Carson. I listen to Desto.
Is there time though? I hear a lot of people say like, I don't even really have time to listen to anybody else, because I'm always, you know.
Because I try to I tap in with everything. I tap in with everything. Like I'm highly aware of what's being put out and stuff like that. I try to stay highly aware of what's going on, because I want to make sure like I'm still. Of course, I'm still be myself, but I also want to know what's going on like in the music world. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you should always be up to date with what's going on. I feel like that's how you, you know what I'm saying? That's how your sound stay where it's supposed to stay. Like.
So are you someone who also like stays aware of current events, or is it more so like focused on the music? Like,
Current events as far as.
So you mentioned Nelson Mandela earlier, so I was like, oh, well, he must really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. To a certain extent, like I pay attention to current events and stuff like that. But I also, I feel like it's a balance. It's a big balance. It's a good balance.
If you could collab with any artist, who would you collab with?
Right now, if I could choose any artist to collab with, I probably would collab with I mean, Drake, of course. Like, I don't know. I mean, that would be the.
Yo.
Oh, no. I'm gonna take Drake out. Everybody's gonna say Drake.
Yeah, they do.
I'm pulling Lil Wayne out.
Lil Wayne?
I'm pulling Wayne out.
Yo, Drake is that stimulus package though.
Yo, Drake is definitely the one. You get a song with Drake,
bro.
you do a song with Drake, you're there. But
Lil
you do
Wayne
a song,
too.
you get a song with Wayne,
Yeah.
and Wayne really liked the song. That just mean more to me. I feel like that would mean more to. I don't mean to hit like that mean more to me, like, cause I really grew up listening to Lil Wayne. Like I grew up listening to Drake too, but like, who did you hear first? You feel me? So it's like he's on the Mount Rushmore. Like it's certain Wayne is definitely on the Mount.
You remember them drought mixtapes?
Yes, bro. The drought mixtapes when he was dropping. Like when he makes Gold DJ. That's what people don't understand. Him and Manny Fresh created like a whole kind of.
Bro, you remember Gold DJ?
Yo,
is that your era?
I was like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like 3, 4. I'm a young boy, but my mom is playing stuff like that.
Oh.
Especially like, cause my mom was in the house so much. Like she in the house and it's just her and her kids. So like, and she got 3 kids and we just running around, jumping around, bro. She playing music all day. Like we listening to Lil Wayne, we listening to Lauryn Hill, we listening to Sade, we listening to this, we listening to all types of music. Like I remember I watched my mom learn the whole Nucky Buck song. Like she printed out the words. She'd tell you, she printed out the words. It's her, my cousin, they all learning parts. And they're going crazy and we just sitting there jumping around in the room like, see, it be little stuff like that. I could like certain conversations could spark those nostalgic moments in my head, like those memories. But yeah, she definitely did that. That was ridiculous. Yeah.
What has been the most memorable moment so far in your music career?
The most memorable moment in my music career so far.
It could be anything, a crazy story or somebody you met.
Dang, that was a great question. I feel like when I signed to CME, it was a great moment. That was a real big moment. It was a real big moment. I had a lot of people that I cared about there. You know what I mean? And it was certain people there who are not here no more. Rest in peace to Taylor. You know what I'm saying? It was certain people that was there. My mom was there. She was pregnant with my sister, with one of my little sisters.
And
my girlfriend at the time, she was pregnant too. Nilly was pregnant. Shakur was not here yet. Shakur was still cooking. A lot of stuff like that was going on. It was a great moment.
So before you signed to CME, did you have like your own label or you just like straight independent?
I was just straight independent. I was just really just doing music. I was doing music. I didn't really start taking music serious until I really got with CME, until like they really started noticing me. Because at first I was just coming around and just doing work with the label type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just doing music with them, doing work with them for a while. For like a year and a half before I even signed anything. So I was like, I really made sure I got a chance to understand the people and stuff like that who I was dealing with and like work on the team side of things, which we're still working on and stuff like that. But at that time, like I was so new and so fresh to everything. I was still learning the business, still learning everything. At this point of my career, I was just making songs and people were liking them. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just putting them on SoundCloud, putting them on YouTube, putting them on Apple Music. I probably only had one music video out at the time. Like and my brother was the one who shot it. So like it was like stuff like that going on. Like it was still like I was like, at this point I was only doing music for like 2 years. So I was still like fresh. Like I'm still learning how to record for real in a certain aspect, like myself, because I record all my own music for the most part. Like probably like 90% of the music that I put out, I recorded myself. Like after I recorded it, I probably send it to an engineer. You know what I'm saying? But like for the most part, he can really keep it the same way I recorded it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He just do like little enhancements, and he do a lot. You know what I'm saying? He do a lot to it. But for the most part, he makes sure he keep it how I like it. I love it to sound, and what people are really accustomed to. So like my sound. You know what I'm saying? He don't. Shout out David L. Shout out DL. Yeah. But yeah.
So you are now a signed artist.
Yes,
you
sir.
came from just like putting your own songs out in high school to now you're doing shows. You have a considerable social media following. What would you say to the person watching this video who aspires to be essentially where you are today? Someone who wants to make their first song, someone who's never performed in front of people, someone who, you know, for them, being signed to a label is something they couldn't even imagine. What would you tell that person?
Passion and consistency is going to get you everywhere. Passion and consistency, your work ethic and your drive. You have to have the will to win and a reason why. You have to have so much. Like it's a lot that goes into it. Like it's not nothing. And it also depends on where you want to take it. If you want to just be something that's going to be here today and gone tomorrow, you can put in that kind of work and it could be that. But if you really want the longevity out of things, there's going to be a lot that you have to put in, like a lot of work, like, and you have to really believe in yourself, and people might not, and it'd be crazy with the people who do, you know what I'm saying, and crazy with the people who don't really care that much about it, about what you believe in. So you just have to really just believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. That's the main thing that I do. And stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't try to be anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Even it's nothing wrong with. It's a difference from being influenced and inspired. You have to be inspired. I'd rather be inspired than influenced. If I'm inspired, I can be inspired and I can listen to a gospel song and be inspired by the gospel song and still go in the studio and hit those gospel notes, but make my kind of music. I may curse, do whatever the case may be, but I was inspired by that kind of music. If I was influenced by Playboi Carti, I went in there and made a song and sounded like Playboi Carti. I'd rather go listen to Playboi Carti than be influenced or hear somebody who sound. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Wait, so you got vocals?
a little something in the bag, man.
Can you sing something for us before we go?
I can't.
Ah, man.
Next interview.